Hello happy US permanent residents! In this video I'm going to share with you the fee calculator from USCIS website, as well as the filing calculator and for the form of I-751, as well as the example of a cover letter for the form I-751. Alright, so let's get started. So here on the top of this video you can see the address that you can type in, and there you will see the fee calculator. You will have access to the form I-751 as well as filing calculator for form 751. So let's start with the fee calculator. Alright, so select the form. It's I-751. Let's try to find it. Here it is. Tell us more about your form. Number of dependent children who acquired conditional residence status on the same day as you or within 90 days thereafter. Don't include yourself. So I have one dependent. Calculate your fees. So for biometrics, that's for both of us, since biometrics for one person costs $85, so 2 times 85, and one application fee. So the total is $765. And here's an explanation, an instruction on how to pay. So I'm going to click on this link, paying USCIS fees, and then it will lead me to another page. If I scroll a little bit down, now I can see here the question, how to pay USCIS filing fees. And then you have some instructions. So depending on the form you are submitting, you may pay your fees online using credit, debit card or bank withdrawal, by mail with a card, check or money order, or in person at the USCIS field office. So we've decided to pay by check. So pay with check. You may pay fees with bank drafts, cashier's checks, certified checks, personal checks, and money orders that are drawn on U.S. financial institutions and payable in U.S. funds. So you can read this if you would like. I will not take longer time on this. Here you have also instructions on how to write a check. So basically what I will do, since I have a dependent and I've already calculated our joint fees, so 2 times biometric fees and 1 time the application fee, which is $595, and 2 times 85 for biometrics. So total is $765. I'll put the date here, and as I could see, basically in their instructions I saw somewhere that it's advisable not to put US here, but to put the full name, United States Department of Homeland Security. And then you write down the number here as well in a written form, and 400 application and biometric services fee, and here I'll put the name, my name, and the name of my son. Alright, so just 1 second. So personal checks must be pre-printed with your name and your bank's name. Yeah, so basically my husband will be paying for this, so here will be his name and his address and everything, and his bank's name, and your address and phone number must be pre-printed, typed or written in ink. So this is the part here. Then write the date you are completing the check. Use the US style of month, day, year. On the pay to order of line, write, okay. So basically the point is that you can write US as a shortcut, Department of Homeland Security, but you cannot write USDHS or DHS. So use numerals to show the exact dollar amount and spell out the exact dollar amount of the fee and write the cents portion of the amount. So this is the part here. And then write a brief description of the purpose of your payment. In this example, it is an 400 application on biometric services fees. Include the applicant's name on the memo line if it is not on the check itself. Sign the check in ink using your legal name. So basically, our application here is I-751 application and biometric services fees. And here is my name and the name of my son. Now you have other instructions in the case you would like to pay with a credit card or file online, file by mail. And there's a section about refund policy, fee waiver, guidance. Alright, so now here is an example of a cover letter for your form I-751 or your application for removal of the, or application petition for removal of conditions for your permanent residency. So here is on the top of it, you'll write down the address of the Department of Homeland Security. Then you'll type in the date here. Then the nature of submission is I-751 joint petition to remove conditions of residence for, and then you'll put your name here. So in my case, I will put my name here and my son's name as well. And date of birth. Basically, I believe I will put my name here and my date of birth, my alien number, my social security number, and to whom it may concern. Now here, I'll write down, please see enclosed joint petition for removal of conditions of permanent residence status for my wife. Now here there will be my name here. But basically, this is a call letter written by my husband. So my wife entered the United States with K1 visa, and then you write down the date. And we subsequently married. She received her conditional permanent resident card on April 19th. We respectfully request that this petition be accepted. So what we will write here is actually my wife and her son entered the United States with the K1 visa, and we subsequently, okay, so I will include my son definitely. So we'll write my wife entered the United States with K1 visa and we subsequently married. She and her son received conditional permanent resident card, and then we respectfully request that this petition be accepted. This is basically because my son is applying together with me on the same application, and as I already showed you, we will be paying only one application fee, and then we'll pay for 2 biometric fees. And here I'm enclosing the following documents to verify the status of a happy marriage and organized documents for your convenience. And then I have a couple of folders. Maybe it's easier for you to see it in this way. So this is the first page. So I'm saying that I'm enclosing the following documents to verify the status of a happy marriage and organize documents for your convenience. And then I've prepared a couple of folders. So here's the first one, which includes the check payable to United States Department of Homeland Security, completed form G 11445, e-notification of application petition acceptance, completed and signed form 751, petition to remove conditions of residence, then copy of a permanent resident card for my wife and her son. So I'll include both of our copies of our resident card for me and my son, copy of passports for both names, my name and the name of my son as my beneficiary, which as a beneficiary of my husband, then copy of a vision insurance card, copy of dental insurance card, as well as the copy from my company showing my wife and her son as my dependents, and copy of our car insurance. And then folder 6, proof that we live in the same address. So copy of driver's license and state ID showing same address, copy of different household bills, electric bills, internet bills, car insurance bill, hospital bills, copy of driver's license, state ID of from our previous address, copy of our previous apartment lease, and apartment insurance as well. Copies of documents submitted. So the last sentence here, copies of documents submitted are exact photocopies of unaltered documents, and I agree to submit original documents to an immigration officer if required. We are happily living together and requesting that this petition be accepted. You may feel free to inquire at any of the sources enclosed documentation for validity of the statements. Please advise me if you have any further questions regarding this petition. Thank you very much, sincerely, and then your husband's name and his signature here. So that would be it about the cover letter for the petition for removal of conditions of residence for me and my son, submitted by my husband and signed by him as well. And basically you can use the same form, and as more evidence as you have is better for you. And I guess what they wrote in their instructions for the way that you can fill out the form I-751 is that you should include at least 2 affidavits, sworn affidavits from your families or friends. And basically I can even show you a sample of those affidavits as well. Our affidavits are from my husband's families, and we are including also photos from our family gatherings with them. Just a second. So here is the example of affidavits, sworn affidavit. Now I just made up these names, so you should put on the top of this the affidavit the name of the person who is signing and basically submitting this affidavit of support. So your friend or family member, and then you put the date here as well, and you put on whom it's addressed. So it's forwarded to the USCIS. And here is what you can write here in this form. This is how it looks like. What's really important is that This form includes the name and surname, so full name and surname of that person, full address, and the date of this affidavit, and then that includes it mentions the names of the persons for whom these letters, affidavit letters of support, are written, and in the body of the letter, which we will see right now, it's important to mention your relationship with the married couple. Since when do you know each other, and the way that you see their relationship, and whether you see their relationship or marriage as a lifelong commitment or something similar, and you can even provide here your cell phone number. And so besides your full name, address, you should also provide date of birth and birthplace as well. And this is the body form of this letter. So basically what's written, and you can see what's written here, and you can of course change the body form and tell your own story. Basically, this is something that your the person that is providing affidavit is supposed to write, and it's supposed to be the truth, and they should basically tell a little story of how they know you, for how long they know you, what's your relationship with them, and as you can see here, some like your views of the relationship. So basically that's it for this video. I honestly hope that this was very useful for you. I know when I was preparing my forms, both for K1 visa and now for this form, I use all the resources available, and I'm always glad when I find some resources on YouTube from somebody who already went through the same thing, and I find it useful and time-saving as well. So I really hope this was beneficial for you, and I hope it will save you some time. But please, I must mention the disclaimer here that this is only the way that I did things based on the knowledge that I have and the information that I've gathered online and from different resources. But this is not in any way an advice that could replace advice of an attorney or similar. However, as you could see here, I've prepared all of my documentation, and I strongly believe that you can do it too. It's up to you whether you will engage attorney or you will do it yourself. But please be careful while fulfilling your form, because any small mistake is not that small. It's not considered as that small. You know, there are a lot of dates there, and you don't really want to make any mistake and to write the wrong date or something like that. And please don't forget signatures on all your paperwork, all your documentation. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing, and I really do have intention to upload some other videos that might be useful for you too, so you can follow my journey of filing the paperwork for the USCIS. So now it's the form I-751, but tomorrow it will be the form for the naturalization for US citizenship, and I honestly hope that you have some benefits from viewing the video and from my shared experience. Thank you.